Welcome to the Tekkadan Syndicate podcast, episode 04, SkidsCustoms Rollout. Tonight on the show, we have a special guest. We have SkidsCustoms coming on, and then we also have GunplaDeimos, Newtype Nation, Venomous Creations, Alex Martini, Maverik Wolf Gundam, and Brightwood.
It's always good to just try something.
You guys can see my build, right? Or no?
No, it's dark right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I just saw. I don't know why, but kind of.
See, what had happened was.
So when y'all remove nubs, what do y'all use normally? What did y'all's go to?
Oh, just the God hand nippers. But I also tend to use, where are they? The space sanding sponges.
Nice.
Most of the time, I will use.
I feel like I was
Go ahead.
in school. What was the question again?
Like, what do you use to remove your nubs?
The claw.
Yeah, so
The claw?
most of the time, like my fingernail, like after clipping it down, that's enough. But if it's not, then I use this blade for hobby knife.
Yeah, I either use a hobby knife chisel blade, or my favorite, the nano glass files. Yeah, don't have a set. You should get a set.
I need to.
What brand are they? Get me.
These I actually got them on Amazon for $10, and it was two different grits, but they're some like no name brand DRM or DR.
So I have this one, but it's actually a nail buffer.
Yeah, that's what this one is.
Yeah, but I learned like if you go too hard, like it actually cuts the. So I've been testing it.
Man, every one I do, it takes the nub off and polishes it out, so it's like a nub was never even there.
I use these. My wife uses them to buffer nails.
Yeah,
those work too.
This works. And then if it's not too bad, I just use my X-Acto knife. So
yeah,
that works.
I found for a while there, I used I'd use the hobby knife. I would clip it down, use the hobby knife to get the excess off, and then sand down with one of these sanding sticks. These are pretty high grit, but they still do the job. And if I need a little bit extra, where it leaves a little extra marks, I can buff it out with with some of the sponges that I have. But I mean, for the most part, I feel like two snips, just this a little bit on both sides, and
two cut method.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
Me, I do the one clip method because I'm impatient and I paint 90% of what I build. So I mean, the nub isn't going to matter to me at all because I'm going to be sanding all of it down with 1,000 grit or 1,500 grit anyway. But yeah, I mean, I like the glass file for just my snap building, just to get most of the nub off to make it look as smooth and clean as possible. But other than that, like, I haven't had any issues with the glass file method. I really like it. It's fun.
Yeah, no, I'd always look for glass files, but I guess I wasn't searching for the right thing on Amazon.
Just look up nano glass file, and it'll be like the first one that pops up.
Like I was saying earlier, my build, like my technique right now is off edge. I've been like dealing with not being able to perform.
How does it look with the little chrome?
It looks whack.
Hey, only JJ can say it.
Hey, and I haven't even thrown that word around yet. So
today,
man.
The only thing that would make
I'm
it look
throwing
better
it around today. I'm just talking about the podcast.
If the gray was gunmetal, it would look so much better. Just saying.
Hey, JJ, which one? The meow meow?
No, that's been said already. It's been said.
Oh yeah, you laid on that one.
Actually, Alex opened up with Fuchi Meow Meow. That's how the video starts, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it'll start with my
Yeah.
welcome. I'll definitely throw that in there somewhere.
I think I was the one that started up with the Coochie Mafia.
Yeah. Well, I do apologize for joining late, guys.
Unacceptable. You're
You're
fired.
Good.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
out.
You're fired. That's not how you treat a guest.
If we go
How
by,
rude.
hey JJ, if we go by it, you're in hot water too. You were supposed to do the intro.
Oh my God, Marcos, that you're already super behind today, bro. Alex already brought that up.
We already clarified all of that. He's a masterpiece in progress. He's working on it.
It is. I told him you're either gonna love it or hate it. You know.
Yep.
You're gonna go one of those
You know-
two ways.
You know what-
There's
you
no
know
in
what,
between with
you know,
Alex.
At least,
you
at least with me, I had some issues, and plus I'm still doing, I'm doing the Master Asia and kind of like trying to get a good grace. So,
Oh, you know what, Marcos? At least I know that you will forever love me and Alex. I don't know, man. He's probably just gonna give me the boot eventually.
but what?
Who?
Don't act.
What?
Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Why would we give you the boot?
I said
Don't
Alex.
have a separate
Alex.
chat?
What?
What?
Who's the only one who stay most
I'm
of the night?
confused. What are we talking about, anyways?
I don't know. You're the one talking over there, Kaka.
Oh.
Shut up,
Okay.
Puffy Taco.
Okay, roast beef.
Listen.
Take it slow, roast beef.
Oh, Marcos.
Oh, roast
okay,
beef.
I see how. All right, cool.
Justin, welcome to how the chat group works.
Marcos.
Oh. I used to work for a penitentiary, so there's nothing you can say that would offend me. I'm more likely to offend you than you offend me.
Yeah. like you, I worked for a penitentiary before, but I used to work for Uncle Sam as well, but he didn't like me that much.
I would never go back to work for a prison system again. The way it ruins your whole
Mental
being sucks.
Yep.
I can imagine.
Dude, you're basically 24/1. You're an inmate. You go home and you're like,
You don't know what to do. Like,
you're like, what the hell am I doing?
and then you start talking bad to your family because you just can't turn it off.
Yep.
Damn, that sounds bad.
It is, dude.
Well, I mean, you're on guard the entire time you're there to make sure they're not going to come up and stab you in the back or whatever. And it's rough. It's a rough way to make a living. I definitely will never go back to doing it.
And the worst one is not the adult penitentiary, is the youth.
Oh, I didn't work for the youth. I just worked in the actual here it's Texas Department of Criminal Justice, like where they go after they go to county jail.
I worked for the youth for a bit when I was in Puerto Rico. It was the only they were like, well, we need to give you something, but we cannot put you with the adults. I'm like, why? He goes, because your record. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what about my record? He goes like, somebody will come at you and you will destroy them. I'm like, kind of, but that's basically my job. I can't get stabbed by somebody. Got to protect myself. But you guys are not going to do it.
Yeah, I did a lot of fighting, not by want to, but had no choice.
And so right now I got Wolf next to me because he didn't want to stay asleep. He was kind of like, no, I am missing the podcast. No.
Well, he's been in almost all of them, so.
Why miss this one?
He's been in all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, no, we got a guest. I need to meet the guest too.
Yeah. So, yeah.
What you trying to do, Dad?
So
I liked y'all's last week.
Hey, Justin, so that's
Where we were all just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Wolfie.
Very nice. All mine are older now. So one's 13 and one's 9. So
yeah, when I step out, the whole crying was because my wife was like, all right, time to go to bed.
and the kid was like, nah.
Yeah, Open her
I've
mouth.
been
That's
there.
why I have to mute this and go get the bottle and help her.
Yeah, no
And I
biggie.
just text her. I was like,
I've been
"Hey,
there,
is she
done that
sleeping?"
twice.
we and we're talking about
5 out of
having
10
another
don't
one, but
recommend.
yeah, we were talking about a second one, but
Oh, that's
Jesus.
my wife was for a long time until she started watching one of her friends' kids since she's unemployed right now. So she's
Okay.
been watching one of their kids, and she's like, "Yep,
She's like,
we're not
nope.
doing it now."
No, hard no.
She's like, "Nope." I was like, "I didn't
Hard
want any more
pass.
just because we're so
That's a
close to
hard
being
pass.
without them."
Yeah, me like I just said like I'm getting fixed, so no more.
I had my buddy from Arizona call me. Is it a couple of days ago, and he was having a tough time with the kid, I guess. And he was like, "Don't have kids, man." This from the same guy who kept telling me you have to have kids about a year ago. And I was like, when he was first telling me to, have kids, I was like, no,
Wow.
like I just got married. Like I don't, and we're in a pandemic. Like there's no
You
time
have
for
one.
that. And well, I mean, baby Luna don't count. She goes to sleep even if I don't tell
Hey,
her. She
hey,
crashes
she's
out all day, and I don't have to be chasing her to go to bed. Like, and I feed her in a bowl, and she eats, and then goes to sleep. So, but
And that's child abuse.
he calls me. He's like, don't have no more kids, and super stressed out. And he was like, let me tell you. I was like, let me stop you right there. I know what you're gonna say, and that's why I told you I didn't want to have kids, but you kept insisting, and so I don't want to hear it, man. And he was like, but it's just you need to know. I was like, no, I'm okay. I know why. And so I guess last week he dropped paint on the floor, like a big can of paint that he was going to use to paint a room, and then he had like family pictures ripped up and a bunch of other things. And I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm trying to avoid. I'm okay, thank you.
that
And
sounds
you know
sounds
me.
like a lovely time.
See, you see, when I became a father back 2018, I was kind of like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Because I kind of like had a bad situation back in 2016, and I was like, am I ready for this? Am I actually ready for this?
You're never
And
ready.
and I'm like, nope, I'm not ready. And then he came along, and I'm like, you know what? I may not be ready, but I am going to be the best father I could probably be.
That's all you can do. I mean,
Right.
The very best.
you're never ready. My kids are older now, and I'm still not ready.
Well, you can tell right now, Justin. Like we got to deal with Christian, and he's supposed to be a vet.
Okay, don't start that.
Yeah, the brother thing here in the syndicate. It goes from the oldest to the youngest. So Christian is before me. So
I don't know. I don't know.
Chris
I don't know
is
if I'm
like,
older than all
do
of
we
y'all
really
or
have
not.
to go there again?
How old are all y'all? Just spit it out there.
34.
I'll be 41 in July.
Oh,
I'll
so
be
you're
40
older.
now.
I'm like 6.
I thought we agreed that was Chris.
No,
No,
he's
I'm
5.
20.
He's 5.
He's 5.
He's 5. You're 6, so you both can't be in the syndicate.
So, I mean,
I got to suspend your membership.
I'm
Oh,
31. I just turned 31, so
I'm
No, I'm-
26.
I'm 32.
I'm 35, and I'll be 36 in July
Okay. July what?
5th.
Okay. I'm going to be 41 on July 25th.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I was almost a firecracker baby, but it, I guess, didn't happen. It was like midnight. I think it was like 12:45 or something like that is when I was born.
my
that's
brother's on the
close.
3rd. My brother's July the 3rd. So
Oh, so everybody
was
wasted
like-
money on fireworks instead of presents. I know how it goes.
no fireworks for you, mom and dad.
Yeah. Really quick. We're getting on about an hour and 20 minutes at this point. So probably gonna wrap it up within the next 20 minutes.
No.
However long y'all want.
I'm finally building.
I
I almost got an arm built.
I already got a chest, the shoulders, and chest, shoulders, head, and now working on the arms.
I was not expecting to have that many hands, just to be honest with y'all.
Right.
But
or
I'm
to
happy it
even
comes with them
start
all.
with hands, right?
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
happy it came with all those hands because it's got open hands, it's got pointing fingers, it's got like gripping hands, fist,
Yeah,
gun hold
That's the
hand.
one that I think it. Yeah, that's the one from Hobby Lobby, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's his name? Jagumus Prime did one in live, and I was watching it. Dude, that stuff came out perfect. Like I watched every single moment from when he started and to the moment he finished it, and it was perfect.
yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, I could see myself cell shading this figure, like dead serious, because it's small enough where it's not going to take me crazy amount of time, and it's got straight lines everywhere, so panel lining would be like so easy.
A breeze.
So, have you guys seen the Optimus Prime that is coming out? That is $700, but it actually moves everything.
Transforms. Yeah.
Yep.
My wife already gave me a hard no on that
But we all know it's a yes.
because I was already like in the shopping cart pre-ordering, and she's like, no. That's why I didn't get that big old Unicron. She put her foot down.
That on YouTube a little bit ago, and yeah, that looked amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You know, I already have a tough time ordering a bunch of kits with Gundam. I don't want to get into this whole Transformer thing. I swear, if I do that, that's probably the end of my marriage.
I collected a whole lot. Like I had like
What marriage? You're divorced and you don't know it.
Seriously, bro. I'm not even gonna argue with that part.
Well, I mean,
You-
I had 1,500 Transformers at one point that I had collected, and
Ah, shit.
I was like, I started just collecting Optimus Primes. That's where I got my start, and then it transpired into a vicious cycle of I'm gonna just live my life broke. I accepted my consequences, but yeah,
But you're happily broke, so that's all that matters, you know?
True.
That's what my wife doesn't understand. You can be broke, but you can be happily broke, you know?
See, my wife says as long as the bills are paid, you can use your money wisely in whatever you want.
Well,
but make sure the bills are paid.
Yeah, that's the key. Don't I always
bills
ask
don't matter.
you guys now? You're like, should I?
Gunpla is life.
Gunpla is life. Bills don't matter. That should be a great motto for the Syndicate. I swear. Bills
Which
don't
one?
matter. Gunpla is life.
Yeah, you know, like, but all I can say, Justin, is like keep an eye out. I think in July, I think it's around the 22nd of July. We're going to do. Well, I have like already talked to the guys. We're going to do the wing workup. That bad boy right there. The workup.
Oh
I already built mine.
You don't count, Chris.
You don't count, Chris.
You probably be sleeping.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro.
I don't even have the Verkaw of that.
Well, the angel wing for me, it has a meaning behind it. Like
Sentimental value.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my mother introduced me to mecha. Like she started with Robotech, Massinger C, and all that stuff. So years later, I was watching Endless Walls, and she was like, "Ooh, I like that angel. Angel what?" And she goes like, "That robot, that machine, that transform." I'm like, "It's not a transformer." She goes like, "It's a robot. It transforms. You know, a bird, a wing." And I'm like, "Okay, Mom." Then she goes like, then we started watching it again. She goes like, then she called it by a name. She goes, "Oh, I love the angel wing." I'm like, "Okay." So my mom passed away in 2019.
Right.
So, and a way for me to do
Like a tribute.
A tribute to her, I'm building the Verka.
Heck yeah. Man, why will this not go together?
And I kind of like pull all the guys together to do it.
So
Well, we had already talked about those in the like that in the past. That was like a plan
Yep.
before the syndicate.
Yeah, I remember when we started talking and hanging out together and all that stuff.
I mean,
Well, it's official now.
for that, I don't mind buying another wing.
Well, buy a real grade or a high grade. I mean, a real grade because there's no high grade of Angel.
I did it backwards. That's why.
But what if
Hobby
I
Lobby.
want to buy a master grade?
Yeah, go ahead, buy the master grade.
There you go.
So
Who
this
do
is
you,
what
boo-boo?
I'll have two.
Yeah.
my recipe.
Just buy, if you're gonna buy a master grade, Christian, buy the wing.
I almost did this guy tonight.
I can't see you, Alex.
The transient Gundam.
Okay.
And this is the one that I bought for the wife. You remember? But then she traded for the noodles.
The noodles.
I wanted the noodle kit. I ain't gonna lie.
I got it in here.
I thought it would be a fun, interesting build to just do.
So
Not necessarily like I have to have it. It's a collector's thing, but nah.
So
There we go.
this one, Justin.
I got a big
Yeah.
question for you, Justin. How was the
And-
competition level? Like, what was the competition? How it was? Like, how was like the feeling of being there?
He kick ass.
Well,
Shut up, Alex.
whenever they announced it, Zaku Arias, whatever, however you say it.
Agrelius.
Yeah, he posted about it on Facebook. It was clean versus weathered, and he gave the time frame, and I was like, well, that time frame lines up with the one that I'm doing for Mecha Warehouse. Exactly. It's the same amount of time frame. So it's like, I'm just going to enter both, see what happens. I'd entered other competitions before, like when I first started. I just jumped right into the competition scene. Was like, I'm going to try to be the best I can be. And this one, well, the Mecha Warehouse one was based on the Discord channel that we have and voting. So he posted all of them and the builder's name and then any information about the build. And then everybody in the Discord went through and just liked which ones they liked. And that counted as the vote. And you could vote more than once on, it didn't matter. You could vote for every kid if you wanted.
Okay.
I don't like that format because at that point, to me, it's not about the build. It's about your popularity in the group that it's being done. So I was happy I won that one. I mean, it was close. It was like a 4-vote difference is what I won by in that one. But then Zaku's in the USA Gundam store one was straight up judging. Like it was having professional builders that do this stuff for a living that were going to judge our builds based on pictures we sent in. So I was like, okay, first time for everything. It's not live where they can actually, hold it in their hand, look at it. It's just what I can photograph. And all of my pictures I took with my phone. So that was something new to try to take super professional pictures with a Galaxy Note 8 phone. So got them all taken and got them submitted. And then he said that, they were starting judging. Well, I was thinking it was going to be quick, like, a weekend or something. And then they would let you know by email what you got. No, it was over a week before they had posted anything. And he did a live video showing these are your winners for this is your winner for that, this is your runner up. And I seen the two that got first and second for the weathered side, and I was like, okay, they did a really good job. I was like, man, I wonder where I placed up against that. Well, then they started showing all the other pictures of runner-up were like the ones that were in the top 10, and mine showed up, and I was like, oh man, I made it. I was like, heck yeah, that's pretty cool. So then Tuesday, they did where the judges got on the live video on YouTube and talked about each build, like what they liked, what they didn't like, what you can improve on, things like that. And they raved about mine, and they were like, it was a hard decision to not put me in the top 2, but I enjoyed the build. I mean, it was something new for me to try, and I feel like I did a decent job on it, trying new techniques and stuff, and first time doing LED work, which was something different.
Okay.
But-
I know. I think WinFast was in the competition.
Huh?
Well, WinFast, like she was in one of the people I follow, like Instagram.
Oh, Wins Factor.
Yeah, WinFactor. She was in one competition. I was like, damn, I can't, like, I don't see myself yet going up to that level.
I just say go for it, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the only way
Yeah,
you're
but-
gonna to know that you can or can't do it.
Yeah.
But even then, you know, there may be a competition that's something that's like something you're really good at, and then you do it and you could win it, but you never know unless you try. I try to enter everything I can just so I can prove that I'm either good enough to do it or something I need to work on.
All right.
So
That competition, she actually put that she had a lot of stress with that one, and she almost walked away. With you talking about that black bird Sasabi that she did?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I believe
But
it.
she's in Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't feel like walking away from mine, but at the same time, I've been in that situation where I feel like everything I'm doing is coming out wrong, and I get frustrated, and then I want to be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not even going to bother with it anymore. But at the same time, you know, I pride myself on being able to complete the work, no matter how much it sucks, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I like to complete my job so I can say, okay, I did it. You know, we can go on now.
Well, my one big regret is my Strike Freedom X2OA. The one with all the gold on it. Usually people refer to it as the 1.0, but I'm sticking around because it's not the 1.0 because they're two completely separate mobile suits.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a nerd. So I started painting it, but then I started running into problems with my airbrush, and I did it. My Dragoons came out terribly, which are what are funnels called in the Seed universe, just in case for viewers who don't know.
Right.
Yeah, those I had to take a break from it. I put it away, but I haven't been able to touch it because I need to replace my airbrush, and I keep on buying other kits instead.
Right. Well, the airbrush I want to get is $300, so it's going to be one I'm going to have to wait on until
Water.
No, it's actually a completely different brand. I don't even remember the name of it. I have it on my Amazon cart because I couldn't remember the name of it. I kept forgetting it's something and something. Like S is his first name and K is the second name. I don't know. It's a pretty expensive airbrush.
Yeah,
That's
so
one most of the pros use.
No stickers.
there's my Wing Zero as the marker custom. As you can see, you can tell like all the color is out of the marker, the Gundam metallic markers.
Right.
So I did that one like that. The first one I did custom paint was the full package strike.
It was the meow meow.
The Bill Strike full package.
What up,
SD.
Puffy Taco?
I did spray
I was singing.
actual spray paint can out of it, and it came out looking good. That was one of my first like custom jobs on TikTok, and everybody was like, "How do you know you did that?" I'm like, "Spray paint."
Yeah.
You bought it for like model kits. I'm like,
No
nah,
stickers.
I bought spray paint for doing graffitis and cars.
Yeah. So what got y'all into modeling? To do scale model building or customizing
just-
or whatever?
Coronavirus.
You just beat me to the question, man. I was about to ask you the same question.
Well, for me,
Well-
what got me into like model building was trying to quiet my mind. Like after I got out of the service, I needed to quiet my mind.
Yeah.
And the therapist was like, you know what? I got an idea for you. Try this. Try to quiet your mind doing something that will help you out. I'm like what? He was like, you like video games, right? I'm like, yes. Play video games. You like this? What else you like? What kind of sports you like? I'm like, anything that I can jump out of a plane, basically use a parachute or do that. He was like, just do whatever it feels to make you happy. So I started doing this back in 2000, and then I just kept with me. And then I stopped for a bit, then got back into it, and I'm like, okay, now it's time to redo this stuff, and let's see how it goes. And here I am.
So what got you into building, Justin?
Well, I started back in the late 90s with a buddy of mine. We started building like custom RC cars and custom car models like the Rebel model kits and Tamiya and AMT. And we would get these kits and we would custom paint them and do like custom grills and custom interiors and a lot of hand painting. Just go all out, literally just as far out as we could go on it as far as paint job goes. But at the time, the only place we could get paint was Walmart, and all they sold was testers. So, and those are enamel, so you have to learn how to use enamel and how it needs to cure and all of that. And so we built several models. I actually have a Enzo Ferrari that I did a long time ago. It's in a box in pieces because we moved and it got destroyed in the box, and I just hadn't felt like fixing it. But then Gundam kits came out at Walmart, and so I stocked up on all of the HGs that they had, and we would watch Gundam Wing and build the kit. And then I got away from it and then got lured back into customizing and painting with my Transformer stuff. And then I was like, I miss Gundam. I miss building stuff. And I think I get more satisfaction out of building it and painting it than I did just taking it apart, painting it, and putting it back together. So I jumped in with 2 feet, went for the biggest kit I could get, which at the time, at a reasonable price, was the PG Strike Rouge with Skygrasper. And it blew up from there.
So with me, it was I was a fan of it. Gundam in the 90s, huge anime kid growing up. So we got the kits, didn't do that well with putting them together. It wasn't until November 2019 when I got back into it. I got a couple of cheap kits and put them together and tried doing some custom paint and watching tutorials from Zaku Aurelius, Mecha Guy Gotsu, and a few others all around YouTube. And I mainly straight build and panel line, but I do this strictly because it's fun and I like being part of the community. So
right on.
They're good enough to be able to show off. So
I mean, you don't know. Nobody has to customize it. I mean, you can just build them. I don't care either way. I know there's a lot of people out there that do, and they make a big fuss about it. And I really hate that type of people in the community because it puts down the newer builders.
Mm-hmm.
And the more people we have building here in the States, the more we're gonna see.
Yep.
It's just like the Zoids kits. I mean, Kodo came out and said that they're going to reissue a lot of the kits in the States because they seem more popular. But before, you couldn't get anything. If you got one in the States, you were lucky. you usually had to order it from an overseas company and have it shipped, which costs a fortune, especially now with the whole pandemic crap.
That makes me sad because at one point I had a Zoid kit when I was younger. It's been so long I can't even remember which one it was, but I used to have one, and then we used to move back and forth between Arizona and California when I was younger, and I don't know, I guess somewhere between one of those moves I ended up losing that Zoid kit. But
was it a tiger or a lion?
Yeah, it was a tiger. It was a white one.
Like Zero.
Yeah, I guess.
I have one over here that I have built and customized and painted.
But yeah,
the the high-end master model kit that they have now, the 1:72 scale.
Okay.
They are the basic of the basic as far as color scheme goes. Like, it's a whole bunch of white, a whole bunch of black. Like, all the inner frames are like just straight black. And so, like, there's so many details that are hidden in that. So I started with painting them like gunmetal, and then I'd use copper, gold, brass, titanium, and silver and aluminum, and just highlight little gears and bits that were all over them. And it changes the whole look of the kit, makes it actually feel complete and realistic, which, I like doing a lot of realistic because I feel more challenged doing that than I do cell shading.
Okay.
And so I guess obviously you have a ton of experience in this stuff, but what would you tell someone who's just barely getting into the hobby? Like, for me, like I told these guys, it was pretty darn intimidating, just and overwhelming, just because of everything that's available to you, between kits, paints, tools, and all that stuff. What would you tell someone who's trying to get into it and kind of is a little indecisive just because of just the sheer amount of stuff that is available to them? Where would they start, or what do you think?
What I would tell them, which, this is how I helped my buddy, because he was just diehard master grade transformer, so he didn't know anything about Gundam. He'd never seen a show, but he liked the idea of the kit. And I was like, yeah, I can help you figure out what to get and what you want, and help you figure out how to paint it and get it the way you want it to look. Mm-hmm. But to me, all that is deciding what you want. I mean, it's, you either want to try to learn and do some crazy paint jobs, or you want to be the type of builder that just wants to build and have fun. Look at them like they're a puzzle with instructions. So you have each little section, and you have the parts for each section. So you just build the parts off whatever order you want to go in, because you really don't have to follow the instructions. You can start anywhere you want. If you want to start with the head, you can start with the head. There's no real rhyme or reason to anything. It's just build however you want to build. But I would tell somebody to start with HG kits if they just want to dive in. If they want a slower entry into it, I would definitely tell them to try a intrograde kit.
Or an SD.
Or an SD, yeah. The intrograde, I like them just based on the fact of they're really easy and they're super cheap.
And it's actually amazing. Like, so this is the entry grade for people that are curious. Like, the color separation on it is amazing. It has like no stickers, everything. It's such a good kit.
No beam effects though.
Yeah.
That part I was kind of meh, because I bought one for my youngest daughter because she wanted something other than SD for once. So I was like, okay. And we were at Target, and I actually seen them finally. They finally got some in my local Target, some Gundam kits and some Dragon Ball kits. So I was like, well, I'll go ahead and get that for her. I mean, it's not crazy expensive. It's not anything it's not going to break the bank to get it or anything. So got it for her. I gave her the nippers and I told her, "Here you go. You're building it. I'm not helping. This is yours." And
Awesome.
and of course, well, she's 9, so of course she was intimidated. But I figure if I pushed her to do that on her own, then when it came to doing a bigger kit like a HG or even an MG, I could trust that she's going to take her time and do it. And she did fine. She used the glass file for the nubs. She denubbed everything. She took all the parts off the runner and followed the instructions and built it.
That's
So,
good.
I mean, if my 9-year-old can do it, I promise anybody out there can do it.
So
I'm not
hopefully
saying
by
my
then,
9-year-old's dumb or anything, but that sounded bad when I said it. Let me backtrack that. If she can take the time and build it at that age with little to no help, then anybody can pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's mainly like find a suit you like that looks cool. Go to Hobby Lobby, look at the shelf, or look online at Gundam Pros or Mecha Warehouse or Gundam Garage or Gundam Pros, any of those sites. Newtype.
hint, guys, we're giving you promotion.
Seriously, if you guys are watching,
Yeah. I mean, just find you a kit that catches your eye that makes you think, man, that'd be cool to build that. I like the way that looks. Get it? Spend the $20, $30, $40 on it, unless you're going for really expensive kits, which seems to be my problem lately.
all of our problems, apparently.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, really, just pick it up, take your time, stick with it. You can build it. Get you a pair of decent nippers. You don't have to buy God hands or
God hands suck,
display.
by the way.
Right.
Just
Don't get God hands.
Yeah, don't. We're not promoting God hands. Sorry.
Even though I'm using them, they're
Yeah, but just get you a pair of nippers. I mean, you can even get the $5 ones at Hobby Lobby.
no.
So
I mean, they're not the greatest, but they will get the job done.
Yo lo puse
Exactly.
para allá para que yo estaba moviendo todo esto.
So my wife actually got me this
No.
little starter kit in
Este fue que me
Amazon,
lo mandaron.
and it brought nippers, everything, and it was like $6-7.
Yeah. Tamaya has one too. You can get it on Mecha Warehouse that was selling it for a little while. So was Newtype, and I think Gundam Pros was selling them too. It was a whole kit. It even came with a 6x9 cutting mat.
Oh, nice.
Some of them, but it had the nippers. It had files, sanding sponges.
I got some
the
of
nippers, and it had a little carrying case. I mean, it was a nice little setup. Me, I'm eccentric, so I buy every little piece and one at a time.
I made mine official, boom, hey, on the pros, if you're seeing, hint.
They posted those. I don't know if y'all saw them or not, but the nut armor or nut mobile.
Oh, yeah.
Nuts mobile or whatever.
Yeah.
I have to get these kits. I have to. I want to make them look ultra realistic, so realistic that you'd think the nut is right there.
There's a big box that has all 4 of them.
Yeah, 65. I'm really thinking about that, but I mean, see, I promote everybody. Gundam Pros, Mecha Warehouse, Newtype, USA Gundam Store, Gundam Garage.
We don't discriminate. We like all of them.
Yeah.
Whoever has the cheapest kits, who I'm going with. I'm not even gonna lie. Until one of them is paying me and sponsoring me, you'll get my business the way you get it.
For me,
Or whoever has them, I guess, at that point, because that's kind of where.
Yeah, that's
I've
a
been
big issue too.
Bouncing all over the place.
My problem is I like the flat rate shipping from Gundam Pros and from Mecha Warehouse, but then sometimes Newtype has a cheaper price and cheaper shipping. It varies. It's weird. I guess I'm right in the middle of where all these people ship from. Being in Texas, I think I'm right in the middle because Gundam Garage is in Ohio, and then you got Gundam Pros. They're in Arizona, right?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. There you
Massachusetts.
go. See, so there's another one on the East Coast.
Then you got USA Gundam, which is a store which is down here in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, they're in Florida.
Yeah, you got Galactic Toys, which is in
Colorado.
Michigan.
No, Michigan. There you go. Yeah.
Michigan. And you got what is it? I build I built Robot.ca, which is in Canada. You got.
He's
There's
even
so
got
many-
good shipping rates to the States. I didn't realize that until I started looking at his kits.
Yeah, man. He like the dude. He like. I remember when he told me, "Oh, I'm opening my store up," and I'm like, "Cool. Let me check it out. Let me see what you got and all that stuff." Then I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to manage to get one because kind of like expensive." And then he told me about the shipping, and I'm like, "What? That's ridiculous." It's
Gundam pages?
it's a nice price. It's a nice price for what you're getting.
Right.
Look,
Which
look.
I'm good with getting from anywhere.
Look,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
how my
really,
phone is too.
I don't really care about the shipping. My only issue now is staying up too late with Alex. Because every time I stay up with Alex, I get free shipping regardless for the most part. Because we go overboard on these kits. And
Right.
Alex is constantly like, come on, JJ, you don't want to go to sleep without submitting that order. And there goes JJ submitting orders.
Getting
Oh.
in trouble.
He's Miss JJ. He's lying.
Hey, guys.
I play the FIFA.
Sorry.
JJ.
Wow.
You whack.
You
Guys, I'm gonna get going because I have to work I have to work early tomorrow. So
You don't even know when he has to work. Late, early. I don't know. I just
call
have to
in,
work.
bro.
I'm tired. Okay, it's been crazy. But what I'm gonna do is I'll cut this part out. I'm gonna just leave it recording on my because I don't want to be a party pooper. I'm gonna leave it recording on my other computer. I'm just gonna turn the sound off, so we'll still have everything. You'll still be able to continue on. Sure, if you want to have a 4-hour show, let's have a 4-hour show.
So we're just gonna
We're
talk
the
crap about you
syndicate,
as you
bro.
leave?
We party all day.
If
All
someone can
night.
just give a when you guys are wrapping up, if you can just give a good night or thanks for watching, something like that.
A send off.
Yep, some kind of send off. I don't care what it is, of course. Just something that I know. Podcast is done.
A few later.
Okay, so JJ and me, we're gonna keep it here, and then we just shut it down. What, 2 a.m.?
2 to 3 a.m. Something like that.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, around
Yeah.
as long as it's I do have to work at 8 in the morning. So
We'll record us buying more kits. Just what we do. Gucci meow meow.
All right, Justin,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I'm
not a
gonna get
problem.
going.
Anytime.
Very nice to meet you. Very nice conversation.
Same. Anytime y'all want me back, just holler.
Of course.
Yeah.
Have you as well.
And just so you know, Justin, I might be bothering you later on the DM.
Good
Be
night,
like, hey
Jay.
man,
Good night.
have a good night, Jay.
Bye.
Good night, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
I think I'm gonna be heading out to.
Ah, Keith, come
I
on, bro.
know. I know.
Come on, Keith.
No.
You don't have to work.
No, I don't have to work, but I do have something going on tomorrow. So
Well,
Say,
I guess
Keith, my
I
man,
guess
is
I'm gonna be
unemployed.
the syndicate now.
yeah.
Damn, Jason left and buddy pooper.
Keith's just
Yeah,
like,
party
yeah,
pooper.
I'm not. This ain't the syndicate without baby blue eyes.
no, no, no. I do have something that I've got to take care of in the morning. So
You do your thing, Keith.
You are good.
it's,
No biggie.
it was nice to meet
Don't
you,
sweat it.
Justin.
You too.
And thank you. Hey,
We'll have
Keith,
to do it again.
Thank you very much for everything, being there.
Oh, of course, man. Of course.
I also thank you guys all for being part of this great, awesome experience of the syndicate.
Yeah.
Means a
No,
lot.
it's a good group. It's a good group.
Yeah, this is what that needs to happen in this community. Is everybody needs to be more open and more friendly to get more people involved, and
Hmm.
Yeah.
this hobby needs more people. The more people we have, the better stuff we can get from Bandai and from Takara Tomy and Hasbro.
Everybody
Mhm.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I think the same thing. Like the more people we can get involved, the more people, the bigger the community, and I think as long as we all do our part and kind of be welcoming and inviting, it'll get bigger. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I had
keep that Gunpla as freedom and keep, everybody being cool, no gatekeeping, and we're great.
Yeah, I had my run in a gatekeeper on Facebook the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, a guy got on one of my groups I'm in and was like, "Hey, could anybody or does anybody know anyone that can change the color of this kit? Paint it for me." And I was like fixing to comment on the post, and then this guy chimed in, was like, "Why are you even doing this hobby if you're gonna pay somebody to paint it and build it for you?"
Oh wow.
And I'm like, bro, like, if he wants to pay somebody to do it for him, and he just wants to enjoy the kit, then let him do it.
Yeah.
Why are you jumping in the comment section for no reason?
Why are you messing with his Kool-Aid?
Contributing.
Kool-Aid.
See ya. Get out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, this dude, something else. And then so I commented back, politely telling him just what I said, and
I remember when I started.
it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
I don't know if you ever ran into like the Gunpla Academy on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm in the group.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where he put the bear.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the bear. So that's the group. Like when I started that group, I was like, okay. And this guy came up. He was like, dude, why you open that if you're whack? Your building is weak. And I'm like, dude, have you seen my build? He goes, yeah. Why don't you check my profile? I checked his profile, dude. Everything was all messed up, and I'm like, hey, we got gatekeepers and people trying to tell me how to build. Real?
Nah.
I mean, the only thing I tell people is, if they got nub problems, I say, hey, get this tool or do this or try this, and it'll help you alleviate those nub marks and it'll make it look better. I'm not saying it's bad, but
or even saying something like, yeah, I learned this technique recently. It's really cool. Let me show you. And then they can just apply it themselves, and then it's
If
not
they wish
even
to.
calling it out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a difference. There's a big difference between, giving someone friendly advice and kind of just like,
absolutely,
sharing your wisdom, I guess, with them.
Yeah.
And then there's a difference between with what the guy did over here with Justin, like telling people like, hey, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Like, dude, no, like, get out of here, man.
Right.
It's
mind your own business.
Exactly.
Kick rocks.
Yeah.
It's like the time that I learned how to do a triple wing. That was awesome.
I don't know. I'm glad that I've yet to run into a gatekeeper to tell me like, oh, you just straight build or whatever, whatever the heck it is that they try to tell people to intimidate. But I've yet to have that problem, thankfully. I mean, I'm sure it'll eventually happen, but I think everyone that I've come across with, whether it's you guys, Chief Gunpla, all these other dudes that I've come across with, they've been friendly,
I've had
I
to
enjoy
deal
chatting
with
with them.
before.
I ran
Just
into
like
these
Maverik,
guys.
whenever he started doing the cell shading, I popped in his comment. I was like, hey, if you need help or need have any questions or anything, just hit me up. Simple like that.
I mean, that's what the community should be about, just reaching out like to one another and just being friendly and sharing the experience and, this awesome hobby that we all have going on. Honestly, like I posted on my story earlier today, like I'm really grateful just because this, going back to asking why we do what we do or why we were into this, like for me, it was like a way to get away from everything else, to kind of.
It's a way to get away from the world.
Yeah, and it's definitely helped me. Like these guys have helped me. The hobby has helped me try to tone down my anxiety, and it's helped a lot. And when it helps a lot of people, and it just ruins the fun.
Yeah, it's exactly what
Except
it is.
except when you have beef with that, Alex. All right, Keith, take it easy, man.
Have
All
a
right,
good
Nick,
night.
it was good meeting you.
Nice to meet you too, Justin.
Wait, did JJ left too?
Yeah.
Oh, JJ's there.
You know, Papa
Oh.
Deck.
He's
don't know,
probably giving. He's probably doing belly rubs on Luna.
I just the way people are. I mean, me, this hobby is a creative outlet. I mean, I'm an artist. I draw logos for people and do stuff like that stuff all the time as a side job. This is just, for fun. Just test my skills to improve, to hopefully one day get sponsored by, one of the paint companies or one of the Gundam distributors or somebody, just to, make a living doing this.
Hint,
That would
guys,
be great.
We need sponsors.
Hint, hint. We do need sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. It's like I have a lot of people that they were like, "Oh man, I love dude, I love the podcast. It looks good, and all that. Are you guys are planning on doing any of the podcast life?" I'm like, so far, we having technical difficulties with the lives. Part. He goes, "Why?" I'm like, "Because you can't go back and move the bloopers."
Right. And, YouTube has got, and even Twitch has real strict policies on what can be said and what can't be said. And some even have like cussing, certain cussing can't happen, or racial slur, or the, goddamn, or anything like that. They get really upset over that stuff, and they ban people. So live is kind of hard when, you have random guests on, because you don't know if that person's gonna
Drop F-bombs, yeah.
drop F-bombs, or what I mean.
I mean,
Say
we
the
already
hard
drop
R.
them ourselves sometimes,
Right.
Granted that obviously we can be like, all right, you guys don't say this, don't say that. But like you said, what about the random guests that you have on that, kind of just
something they're
say
not used
random
to.
stuff?
Yeah. I don't know. I've never done any podcasts. I've done, tutorial videos. I started TikTok videos, which I will say, I'm an outgoing person in reality, like in real life. Like I can get along
In
with
IRL?
Yeah. I can get along with anybody. I have a good time. I talk to everybody. It doesn't bother me. But something about being in front of a camera and having to talk, it's different. Like,
It's funny how that is, right? Like you can
I have
be
a
the most comfortable person talking to people, and then you're camera shy. Like it's just.
Yep. I just have a problem with, enthusiasm. Like you can hear it in my TikTok videos. I don't sound like I'm enthusiastic, even though I am.
Yeah.
I just don't have that tone, I guess.
No, I feel you on that too.
Like that, like being
I feel
really
like
super
I'm the
excited.
same way.
Yeah, like I remember when I hit, like, I think it was 1,000. Everybody was like, some people were like, "Yo, man, you made it." I'm like, "Yeah, I made it." Woohoo! They're like, "You're not happy?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm happy. It's just me."
This is the happy me, okay? That's the happy me. I know I sound, freaking monotone, but I'm happy.
Yeah. But it's good, being able to talk to people. I mean, to help people out in the community. It's awesome. There's this. I don't know if he's a kid, if he's an adult, but Strawberry. He just started.
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
kid.
he's a kid, yeah.
Yeah, he's like real young.
Yeah, we were like, he was like, I saw when he was doing the XG and all that stuff, and he was talking to me, and I'm like, yeah, it's all good. He was like, okay, not everybody talks, and I'm like, dude, it's just a little bit of everything, you're supposed to be the way you are.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit, and he seems like a good kid. I mean, he's trying to learn it. I guess he was having some wiring issues or something with his light up part of the Exia, he had a problem with where I guess he cut off the wrong part of the leg, the hip joint.
Yeah.
And it wasn't sticking, and it was falling.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. The only thing I can suggest to do in that situation, because the type of part that is cut the whole thing off and drill and pin it with the right size pin for the joint, or Mecha Parts Guy.
Yep.
Just to get that particular part off the runner. But
just going back to the whole what you said about being camera shy, I guess, and that stuff. I remember when I first started doing this, like my intentions weren't to be like on camera and be talking, and then here comes along Marcos. Like I had already made my YouTube channel, but I figured I'll do like unboxings and kind of like make videos
off
with
camera.
with my Gunplas and stuff. And then here comes Marcos and is like, hey, dude, like, honestly, Marcos, I'm going to be honest. Like, when you were telling me to join, and I was like, I don't know, I'll think about it. I was like, bro, like, let me think. And he just was like, come on, dude, like, let's do this. Like, it'd be really cool.
Do it.
And then I was just like, he was like, oh, I added you to the group. And I was like, okay, I guess we're in. And so... now being here and just chatting with you guys, it's definitely different. Like, I guess you become more comfortable as a group, and it's easygoing, and we just chill and build. That's all we do.
I'm comfortable in this.
The way that conversation went, and Marco was like, "Hey guys, do you mind if I add a few other guys?" And we're like, "Sure." He's like, "Yeah, I got Newtype Nation."
Y'all can see me
there he is.
Marco just sprung into action and was like, let's do this, let's skip the formal introductions, like just let's drop everyone in.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we should add Jason, and next thing I know, he's like, I added Jason too. He's in.
Nice.
Yeah, because okay, I gotta be honest. Like for me, it was like, okay, let's do this. I added you guys to it because I was like, we'll talk about it. If you guys want to be part of it, it's you guys stay. If you don't, you leave. It's just basically like I don't want to be like, yo, you want to? No. Let's all talk together. Let's see what's going on. If you guys want to stay, you stay. If you don't want to stay, you want to leave. It's okay. It won't break my heart. Don't worry. I'll cry a little bit, but
we know.
When he did that, that kind of like reminded me about my mom and my dad's relationship prior to them getting married. They were dating, and then my dad's like, "Oh, I'm marrying you," and she was like, "What?" And next thing you know, like a few days later, he had the ring, and before you knew it, they're walking down the aisle. That was me with Marcos. He was like, "Hey, you want in?" And I was like, "Can I have some time to think about it?" Oh no, you're part of Tekkadan now. What? How do we go? How do we get to this? That was just.
That
was fast.
Point. I'm scared.
I gotta be honest. At that point, it wasn't Tekkadan.
Down the creek without a paddle.
No.
Yeah, that's true. At that point, it wasn't Tekkadan.
Yeah, I gotta say that the ones that came out with Tekkadan was Alec and Christian. They both came up with the Tekkadan name, and then we're talking about Tekkadan group, Tekkadan team, and I'm like Syndicate.
Well, that's definitely fun. I will admit that it was different being on camera because most podcasts, are just audio. But
yeah,
I mean, this is all right. If I get on future shows with y'all, I'll have to figure out this lighting so it's not so bright on my.
What kind of camera do you have?
Me? It's the one that's in my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just bought me this one today.
I gotta buy one.
But
I've been needing to get one anyway. I just hadn't got one yet.
I bought that one off Sam's when I bought it. The regular price was $40, and when I scanned it, it came down to $19.99, and I'm like, bet we're gone. Let's go.
I don't know how much you're willing to spend on a camera, but the Canon that I have, it's really good, and it wasn't too expensive.
Is it the DSLR camera?
No,
or is it actual webcam?
No, it's
together with the T3i,
the M50, Canon M50.
Okay,
it's an EOS Canon M50, and it was like $500, I think. I mean, I know that sounds kind of expensive, but then I compare it to how much I spent on kits, and I'm like, it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
So
I was looking at what I had first ordered, but it back ordered during the whole pandemic was that Logitech 922X.
Okay.
Is what I had ordered, but I canceled it because I had it on back order for almost a year. before then they still hadn't got it. So I was like, I'm done. Like, give me my money back. I'll find something elsewhere. But then I spent that money on other stuff. But I'm thinking about getting the Razer cam?
Okay.
I don't remember which model it was, but it's the one that most of the streamers recommended using. So something to be a little better picture quality.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I was on a live. I was working and Gutsy was doing a live, and he saw me, and I was like, we were talking about a little bit of everything. Like, dude, I checked out the podcast. He goes, dude,
Bro,
I can't wait for you guys to decide to invite me already.
Invite him and then uninvite him. Be like, sorry, we got a better guest.
we got Justin coming in. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, we're doing a second show with Justin. Sorry, you're out of there.
Yeah.
If y'all want me on any other time, just give me a heads up and I can
Oh,
play.
we'll have you on more often too, bro. Like, just your experience, man. You're like an open book.
Oh yeah. I like this stuff too. You can't even see it. It's so bright, dang it. But I paint spoons to
maybe if you clean your camera a little bit, I think that's probably what with like some cloth, bro. You're putting all your oily hands in there.
Well, no, look, it looks good when the lights when the lights off of the camera.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Actually, now that you cleaned it, it looks way better, man.
Oh yeah. Let's see if I can shadow it out.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I practice on spoons. I just buy a package from like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, or whatever, and practice different techniques on them. Trying to do silver, gunmetals. I found out that Vallejo's gunmetal is really dark. If you mix it with a little bit of silver, it actually looks like a really nice gunmetal color. Just a heads up if y'all use that kind of paint.
Okay.
I only have the chrome.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was looking at this thing.
We just added a little bit of color, a silver color, and it should look better.
A little bit.
Okay. So,
Heck yeah.
Master Gundam is kind of like built.
I like those SD kits, I guess the new ones where they look kind of like samurai kind of style.
Oh,
like exaggerated ones. They're nice. I like all the effects stuff they come with. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You know, to be honest with you guys, the SD kit was a fun build, but still not one of my favorite builds. Like, I don't know.
They're too easy in my opinion.
Yeah.
Y'all want a fun? If y'all want a fun build, get this guy. He's hard to come by anymore, but the mobile worker from Origin.
Oh, okay.
Man, I like him a lot. He was.
You know, you could probably pull him back a little bit, and he would look fine. A little more. Never mind.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, it's the light, man. I don't know why.
Yeah,
that
it is the light.
So bright.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a fun build.
Okay.
I got.
You know what you could do is get
go in your settings.
those well, not just the settings, but I don't know what kind of light you have, but you could actually get a shower curtain, a white shower curtain, and put it over your light, and it will soften it.
I wonder if switch the lights.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. No, these are bright LED lights. So no,
Bro, you're like pale.
here we go. We'll sit in the dark.
Perfect.
Oh, like this is the light I got. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it. I got that one.
Yeah, I got the Harbor Freight disc, the workbench, and so it comes with a fluorescent light up in the
I
top.
stole the wife.
Yeah, so I bought that.
The ring light you stole it from the wife.
Well, she let me borrow it.
I almost bought a ring
say.
light. I told my wife I need to get one just so I can have better lighting in TikTok videos. But
Like I bought my lamp, and it was pretty cool. It's really good because I was looking for like lights. And like I'm doing stuff too dark.
Why you look so tiny?
What?
Oh, sorry. I said, why he looks so tiny?
That's what she said.
That's definitely what she said to you, Alex.
But
I mean, he was looking down and too, and everything. That just made it even better.
yeah, like what? So I added the chrome. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, in the center of the
And-
arm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then see on this. Sorry, I'm like you. I got a laptop, so there you go. And like the spine, I use the chrome here, the arm.
You know what?
Eh.
Next time they ask you, Marcos, why we don't do live, tell them to reference this video. Go back and watch it.
They're like, well, Alex,
It's so unprofessional. The whole video. God. No.
Meow meow.
you have Alex always has the issues focusing scrap, and then Christian just puts the stuff in his bed, so you can never see him.
Yeah. No, but it's
Seriously, you can never
You know,
see Chris. I just realized that.
If you go through this video and all the videos, I'm basically not in the videos too much.
What
Yeah,
do you
you're
mean?
pretty silent.
No, like
Yeah.
I'm either like when the kids are awake and I'm trying to do it, I run away like, see ya, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Right.
This
reason
is
why-
how.
You can't see me is because I don't have a secondary camera to
Me
put
neither.
towards my face.
Me
Jeez,
neither.
Christian, you're
You
whack.
whack. Say it, JJ.
And I don't care.
You're whack. Put you meow meow.
I'm hoping I can build a studio sometime this year behind my house, so I can have a whole stream setup, lighting and everything, so it's perfect.
Fortunately
That's
for me, we had a roommate move out, and so I just used the spare room as the
Heck yeah.
studio. So
Yeah,
that worked
me-
out for me.
You see, me, I just gotta get myself to the point where I get a house and I should be good.
I could sell a kid and then I could take one of their rooms.
There you go. That's always an option. I don't see why
That
not.
would also give me kits and equipment. See, look at that. Man, win-win. Win-win.
This is how my build is coming along so far. Let's see.
Nice.
What the fuck is this?
I have the arms. The arms are built.
Nice.
Nah.
And the head. Which you can't really.
This is a
Oh,
nice
God.
little kid so far.
This one's not bad. I mean, it's got a lot of parts per each piece, which is nice.
Nice.
But it's
I just
got-
realized that with this
nubs.
kit, I can't push the arms all the way in. Otherwise, he's just like stiff, like he can't move anything. It's weird.
I have 2 or 3 kits that are like that are HDs.
Yeah, so I gotta kind of like push the arms a little out so it can actually move. But I'm assuming they build it that way for a reason.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I'm getting the cue to get off so my wife can hit the
Hey, no
All
problem.
right, who's
Justin.
doing the outro, whatever you call it?
I don't mind doing it.
There you
Go
go.
ahead.
There you go, Chris.
What?
Stepping up to the plate, my man.
But you gotta show your face.
You gotta show your face, bro.
Come on.
Yeah, come on, Christian.
Come on, my dude.
Come on, before you go to bed.
Come on,
Chop,
bro.
chop.
He's getting ready to go.
Yeah.
Orally.
Rapidito,
Órale.
rapidito, wait.
Avanza,
And
avanza.
that's why we would get demonetized right there.
All right,
I just
guys.
threw arm parts and the heads and everything on the
Oh
floor.
man, where's the shirt, man?
Looks like
No.
we're reaching the end of the
Christian,
podcast.
bro.
Hey,
Now we know why he had the camera not on him. We got the naked
Ultra-professional.
builder.
My bad,
My
Christian.
sponsorships.
Exactly.
They're gone
The
now. They're
naked
gone.
builder.
Oh,
Nah,
man.
I'm
I
in
love this group.
shorts.
That's what we're gonna change his name to. The Naked Builder.
Whenever you're ready, bro.
Take it from the top.
Take it from the top. You need me to do the countdown
No.
2, 1.
or just the hand signs?
All right, guys. This is going to be the end of the podcast. So thank you, Justin, for being here with us. Glad you're here. Glad you took the time to be here with us, to be in this podcast. Hopefully we can get you again and talk some more.
Definitely.
Yeah, appreciate it, Justin. Thanks
Appreciate
for
your time, Justin.
yeah,
not a
for
problem.
It was a
accepting the
blast.
invite. So,
Thank you for joining
Yeah.
us for one awesome podcast. Thank you guys for being here.
Michael
See you
said, I
next
mean,
time,
say
Justin.
your
See ya.
face. Echoes in the darkness. All right, Justin, take it easy, man.
Later.
You know,
All right,
you know,
Justin.
but like we always say, you know, what we do in life echoes through eternity. Guys, have a good night.
Have a good
All right.
night. Kuchi meow meow.
Puffy Taco. See you next time.